Good evening, guys, and welcome to the Man Cave Movie Prop Lounge. I'm your host, Brett, and tonight we're going to be talking about an awesome piece that I've just received recently. Gremlins is one of my favorite movies ever made, and the second one is just as awesome to me. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy the sequel. I personally loved it, and I like how they kind of reincarnated Stripe into the second one as Mohawk. And he kind of remembers, if you look at it, it's kind of an unspoken thing where he sees Gizmo and he kind of remembers things from his previous life, is what it seems like, to me anyways. Gremlins, if you haven't seen the first or the second one, you're really missing out. Now, we're going back to the 80s and early 90s here. We're talking about Gremlins and Gremlins 2, so if you're a newer or younger audience watching this, you may not have seen them. I personally was born in the mid-80s, so these are classic staples in my house, and my kids love them. Gremlins is about a guy who receives a Mogwai, which is Gizmo, from his dad that he buys in a store in Little China. He bought it under the table. The old man who owned the store didn't want to sell Gizmo. And there's certain rules that come with having a Mogwai. So you can't feed them after midnight, don't put them in light, don't get them wet. So if you don't break those rules, you're good. However, of course, with it being a movie and these rules, things go wrong. And when the gremlin gets wet or the Mogwai gets wet, he spawns other Mogwais. And the Mogwais that he spawns, so we're talking about Gizmo as a Mogwai, when he spawns these other Mogwais, they are mischievous and evil and cause panic throughout the city. So in the second one, they are in New York City in a futuristic type of building that has all these features and things in it. Gizmo is trapped after the old man dies by some scientists that work in the lab in this building. They capture Gizmo and they're going to do some testing on him. He gets loose, finds his original owner, who happens to work in that building, takes him home. However, Gizmo gets wet again. All these Mogwai spawn and the Gremlins run amok across the entire building. As you could expect, things go crazy. But anyways, what we're going to talk about is Mohawk. He is kind of Gizmo's arch enemy, turns into a gremlin after he's a Mogwai, and then eventually turns into the infamous spider gremlin. Without further ado, you can probably see behind me, along with some other screen use pieces of mine, and show you my Mohawk piece that was used in Gremlins 2. Just taking a step back so you can see the whole display, as well as some other things that we'll go into in other episodes that were used in some of my favorite movies and shows. This is Mohawk from Gremlins 2. This is a facial replacement that they would use to change their expressions on the animatronic pieces when they wanted to change scenes and things like that. What this is, it is a furry facial piece with the nose and the upper and bottom lip, and it's on a vacuum form shell. The eyes and the teeth were pieces that I put in after for the display. As you can see in the background there, you can kind of see how it would have been used in the movie. I wish I could show you guys what this looked like before. Unfortunately, the guy who shipped this piece to me decided to ship it in a shoebox. This is an old, fragile foam latex piece, so the bottom lip crumbled into pieces during shipment from Spain. So I had to reconstruct it myself, and I'd say I think I did a pretty good job. I'm going to see if I can put a picture up of what it looked like before. Give you some good visuals of it here. This is one of my favorite screen use pieces that I've got in my collection. So this is Mohawk from Gremlins. Hope you guys enjoy it. And if you like my videos, please subscribe. If you don't like my videos, don't subscribe, but tell me what you didn't like about it. If you do like it, tell me what you do like about it. Anyways, there will be more to come. As you can see, I've got lots and lots of cool things to show to you guys, but just wanted to show you Mohawk for now. This is Brett, signing off. Thanks again.